over to you, Sujay. So, a Y Combinator company is it's like a dream come true for a lot of companies who want to be that Y, that they got that girl which they always wanted to date. Okay, so how do you do it, man? What should startups do to get that girl that they want, the Y Combinator girl?
Just be yourself, I guess. Uh, I don't think there is any prescribed doctrine to get, something like this, right? Uh, and so a lot of things have to be right at a lot of places. So I'll tell you something which somebody told me, and I somewhere believe in this. So if you were to make a 1 million like revenue company, it's possible. 10 million, it is possible, right? But if you have to make a 100 million revenue company, a lot of things have to fall in place. It is not easy to build a 100 million revenue company. Up to 10 million, a lot of people can build companies. It's pretty easy these days. And of course, everything is in relative terms, I'm saying, right? 10 million is also a lot of respect to people who are running a 10 million company. So I think something like YC, where the acceptance rate is like 2%, less than 2%. There's no there's nothing like, oh, you go to quota, you do this, and then you go to this class, you do. There's nothing like that, right? So we have been I wrote my first application, like my own first startup, if you will, 15 years ago, 2005. I remember I had built an application. So maybe it is a 15 years of overnight success, where you can pour all of that into your application, or it could be maybe thanks to COVID, where at least it has helped some aspects in the world. So cloud adoption increased. Companies started to move faster to cloud for many reasons. And we were talking the security language sort of thing. So maybe that helped. We don't know. So how do you get into YC? I really don't know the answers. I mean, I plan to write like how we got into as to what we did and what we saw kind of thing. But at the end of the day, most of our colleagues and the YC companies which we work with, we see it is not an overnight success. When you speak to these founders, you can sense that, oh my God, these guys know far much more in their domain, in their what they are doing, or they are just crazy about things, like they are passionate. And I think that YC processes finds it out in the interview, in the application. So that's the best answer I can give right now. But if there is a specific question anybody has, I'm very happy to just send me your question or anything on LinkedIn. They are accepting applications for winter 2022. So happy to help as much as I possible.
Wonderful. Great gesture, Sujay. Thank you for that offer. I'm sure people will reach out to you if they have questions. So since I'm a patent lawyer, Sujay, tell us the importance of IP in the cloud security space. What are you looking at?
So, I mean, I think IP, generally, as you know more than I do, like IP is not restricted, or IP's value doesn't increase if it is in cloud. I guess it would be a little bit of catalyst, because cloud is such a generic term, by the way. Everything is cloud these days, and it's like something like air we breathe or kind of thing. So naturally, like if it is a fast-growing space, we think if it is the future where a lot of things will be moved on cloud, protecting intellectual right would make a lot of sense, right? And folks like you are helping companies like ours, to say that, hey guys, listen, if you are sitting in India, in our case, we are a US India company. My co-founder is in US. I'm in India. But majority, let's say, if the perception is that this is companies being run out of India, but has to be run on a global scale, like what maybe Freshworks did, or a lot of other SaaS companies are doing out of India these days. you definitely want a way for the intellectual property, for this knowledge to be protected. Maybe not in an aggressive way, maybe using the India's philosophy when it comes to protecting our borders, that we wouldn't like, go at anybody first, but if somebody comes at me, like, I need to have a way to protect, right? Maybe the similar philosophy. So in that sense, I think if companies in India sitting on Indian soil or anywhere else need to do a global business, they need to have tools in place to safeguard the interest when there is a threat. Otherwise, it's all good, I guess, right? So that's how I think about it.
Super, super, wonderful. Absolutely correct. Yes, IP does create some barriers. It helps you create barriers. You can stop competition. You can enjoy the monopoly for 20 years. It also helps you. A lot of my clients have used IP to get investment from investors, because investor will ask you, how are you going to stop competition? Your patent is the answer for that. The
Right.
company's valuations go up because of IP. So thank you so much for emphasizing on that fact, Sujay.